Hello Blender folks, welcome back to Gnomes. So today we are going for the next step of this rig, which is the Eyelashes retakes, right? So what is not working here, it's not the wave paint, it's the automation. So this automation system is original for big stylized eyelashes. So essentially, you see the mesh is very simple with subdivision. Yeah, we're not seeing the subdivision. Yes, now we are seeing these ones. So you see there's that line is fake. This edge loop here is actually just a single edge loop, right? Except for the corners, there are some extra stuff because the corners have bigger shapes, right? They extrapolate a little. Okay. So in order to address this, first I have the eyelash anatomic shape key. So actually the base mesh is here, but this shapes the eyelash. So maybe I could do some changes already from here. It could be relevant. Like for example, this, they seem to be lower. We can make these shapes a little more regular. Really, these small tweakings, they are, since I'm editing this, it's better to get this trying to perfect it from the very basis, right, which is the rest position, the shape key in this case. Getting the mesh geometry, mesh topology, getting those things right from the beginning, it's good practice. Just getting things more or less a bit more organized here. All right, this fixed. Let's save. Let's go back to the basis now to prevent some stupid accident. Okay, so now for the wave paint, I'll have to show you what this is about. Basically, in this thing, we use the... Well, you can use a mask here. So actually, we want... I have a vertex group for that, yeah. So well, apparently I don't have so this is just a long time I don't see this, but this selects only the vertices. It's not a vertex group for wave painting for the skinning, it's just an organizational one. Eyelids border, so this is just this edge ring inside. It's a strategy to make walls there. Eyelids borders, right? So there's not a whole gap in between the, yeah. And now the eyelashes, that apparently I didn't got that, so we can fix this. So I want this vertex, but I don't want this nor that. And I want this. Okay, so what we get is also this one. And then we assign to 1, right? So if we check here the okay, I don't see it, so let's find it from here. Yeah, so this can be used as a mask for wave painting. So then we use this vertex selection. Face selection won't do anything because there are no faces here. Well, there are faces there, but strangely, oh yeah, faces there, okay. But not there, okay, so I need to use this vertex select, right? In order to be able to wave paint only the eyelashes. So, to make sure that the wave paints are correct for these vertex groups, the eyelashes deform bones. They are actually, so you're gonna select these ones, no, just by color, then we're gonna get this corresponding to the eyelashes, yes, no, also you get this color, then select group it, extend, now yes. Okay, so this is a helper eyelash that I'm not sure I'm gonna use. I don't really remember what that was for, what I was trying to do. I think it was related to the idea of improving the closing. Yeah, so it got some waves, but it is probably incorrect. So here contains strong waves there, this is correct. This is the next one, okay, so it has expanded these waves almost ever till the other corner, and then we have this one just more about there. And this is the helper, right? So for these helpers, it seems to have very strong waves in these corners. Maybe that was correct. Anyways, we're gonna okay, so I'm gonna look for my plan here. Certainly have some explanation on why I wanted this helper. At face rig, upper face eyelash, character design improved, eyelash and atomic shape key done. Because you see, that was with the eyes closed, so essentially, so no much definition to do there for the shapes. That means that the shapes, they need to adapt to the character design when the eyes are open, for example, for this character, Dorothy, and these would need the helper bones. So resolve eyelash automation. So that's just it. So I don't have any. I probably remove the functionality of this. Let's the problem is that this doesn't delete the vertex group, right? So let's find the vertex groups for that. Many riggers decide to make the eyelashes a separated part from the body. I just hate that approach. For me, wave painting on separate two objects and then making them snap together without artifacts and without shading artifacts. Also, there's skinny artifacts, shading artifacts. It's a nightmare, basically. It's super complicated. There are ways to solve it, but in Blender it's very bad. So I don't even know how they yeah, for me this is very stupid. It works, but like it's cumbersome. This method is different. What you cannot do here is use a solidify modifier. This will wreak havoc the setup, because here there's something about the non-manifold. There you go, non-manifold mesh. But this works, has been working so far. And as for yeah, I re-verified. Okay, we need to find that bone. Is these ones. Okay, so we have these four. We're gonna remove. Okay, we're gonna copy the name here. There you go, no more of this. And now we can delete the bones. Okay, so the automation must, we can look at the character design with the grease pencil. No, it's just line art, it's not this. It is this one. Well, it is displaced. No, it is not. It's not very easy to yeah, essentially there's nothing too much for me. I know what I need to do essentially for the character to look good. So we need to go to that pose. So these bones, they need to match the deform rig. I believe they are already matching. It's just a deformed bone. We don't need to align them with the face. It would be ideal, but it won't really impact So they all seem to be in the right position. So now for the automation. So it's very simple. Each one of them, the parent to the handle, okay, parent to the handle, all right. Handle, okay, and then they have essentially usually just one transformation bone constraint. This transformation bone constraint needs to be calculated what's happening to this one. It seems okay, I don't know, the symmetrization sounds creepy. I have no idea what's happened to this bone, but possibly its parent is something wrong about its parent, maybe. No. I'm just gonna... Okay, that's very, very mysterious, but... Oh wait, it's just like that. Alright. It's just an angle. Alright, so the bone doesn't has driver, it just has got... Why they are tilting like that? That's because of their parent, that's it. Maybe this is causing some... inadequate rotations. No, because their parent is from the eyelids. I think that won't cause problems. Okay, so let's start with this one at the very corner here. We'll get this to get a reference. So what we need to do is to... So because I already set the rest pose for these bones, the control bones, then I need to see what I do about these ones. In principle, yeah, it's good to see here because we can at least see the original positions. No, the original positions, they are... It's at the basis of here, right? So if we turn this off, it will just reset, right? So the idea is that as I move this bone up, then this thing will... interesting. It's... it has some sort of... Okay, anyways, this we can solve in other ways, maybe by reparenting, or maybe instead of, yeah, maybe I should reparent this. So for example, this, it's suspicious, right? So instead perhaps I'll parent them to the like these are parented to the warp, and the warp is parent to the it's a copy location, or it's a copy transforms. So the warp can adapt. Yeah, so we're gonna do different. We're gonna change the parents here, so you have a more controllable mean perhaps. Let's see. Yes, more stable here. And if I want to rotate, then it rotates. Yeah. Okay, so that's symmetrized, right? So this already should help. Looks like there are a lot of texture here, and meaning that I could probably change this positioning. Yeah, I shouldn't be trying to adjust those things now, but it relates to the eyelashes, so it's not completely useless to revise. But anyways, we need to adjust these ones. Okay, so now finally let's get this thing. So I'm aware that perhaps I have to recalculate these values. They are working, but maybe it's something here has changed. The map from actually, and this is tedious part of this setup. Basically we could use this, so this it's like we need to know and the limits of the positioning of this bone. There are various ways to calculate this, but one is just knowing like it's we pose the minimum maybe here, so it's a negative 0.04. Indeed, so this doesn't seem correct. Yeah, I can use just two numbers. This means that the effect will still affect until we still be adding, counting until we reach here. So, and the maximum we could say, yes, doing until here, so that will be like 0. Yeah, 0.03. Okay, so it's not that hard, but we need to, so for example, this one, maybe we want to have it affect the eyelash. Let's see. Yeah, it will go minimum maybe about here. We can exaggerate a little. So okay, negative 0.19. Oops. Yeah, probably the positive now. We ignored what the eyelash is doing. We just, let's say that for the positive it will be 0.06 maybe. So what's happening here is that the, oh, I was doing the map 2. Crap. It's the map from, now I forgot. Zero 0.06, right? Okay. Yeah, we are doing the map from. Let's get this ready. Okay, this one, so moving up, it could be maybe up to here, 0.025. And the negative, let's get it minimum somewhere like here, negative 0.05. As for this one, negative, not too much, right? Yeah, we could have all them negative 0.1, that's fine. And positive, so this one maybe we got up until somewhere about here, 0.2. Okay, 0.2. No, I don't know, maybe 0.3. 0.03. And now this 0.445 and 35. There we go. So we got all this fixed. We need to symmetrize later, but for now we got this. So now is the funnier part at least. Okay, let's already resymmetrize this. So now is how much we want it to move up. First the move up, right? So according to this position, so it's the Z to the Z. We want to extrapolate a little more there, yeah. So here the shift is not helping. We might have to do this manually. So here we can also so this we can also use the same, the Z as it goes up. We can decide that also based on the Z. So as it goes up, the control bone goes up, then this can go to the negative X and also negative Y. There we go. So you see the side view now. This can be a bit dangerous, of course, if we exaggerate too much. Maybe I'll have to do something about this mesh. It seems to be deforming in not so good way. So this could be a more complicated problem, but I think we can get something good from here anyways. Okay, the problem is that as we do this, when it goes down, it might suffer some. So maybe we don't want it to be going inwards, just stay still, right? It doesn't need to. Maybe it's going too far away. Maybe you can make it move up a little more. And also this bone, we can also move it forward. On these rest poles. Okay, so what's happening here to the mesh is not on my control right now. This could be, I don't remember exactly this particular problem. It's probably something about the mesh. Yeah, the mesh geometry. We'll need some other way to adjust it. Anyways, we're gonna continue from here. So maybe reduce this a little. So as this goes down, let's see, is this fine or can we 0, 0, this is okay. No, this is the minimum, yeah. So what we want here, something like that, yeah. This can retroactively affect the other direction, so it's a bit tricky. You see, it's very smooth. It's pleasing, wavy how it gets. So here we see we need, this is a very important, the central one, because it's waves, favors. Okay, so when we go down with this, we want more. You see what it can do, right? And as for this side, now this is when it goes up. We have something here. Oh yeah, this is going for, okay, let's reset this one. Okay, we want this. It's a bit too strong, this thing going down. Yeah, actually, maybe it's the only way to go. We might need some exaggeration. Then we have to test the pose. Yeah. Okay, anyways. Reset. The character design is not so good. So what we can do here is just... okay, let's adjust this one. So let's see. This one probably wants to... Also, I think there's something about this going forward. Yeah, this is... Yeah, let's make this goes forward. It helps a little bit. Okay, let's accept this. We can also cheat here. As it goes down, we can sort of retract, like yeah, something like this. This was probably a mistake. Oh no, we need to push it. I don't know what value. Something here seems to be failing. Maybe I should not play with this one. Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe I was using the wrong, the Y. Yeah, it is. Yeah, actually, it's okay. It can be negative here as well. So it doesn't need to go forward, actually. It needs to also keep negative. So that confused me, of course. But it does this always pushed back a little, but it's never steps back to 0. That's fine. Now this one. So as it goes here, so it's a relational thing because you have to test everything, right? So it's very tricky, but the results are super good when it works, that I guarantee. So here we got, it's already working mostly. So here we gonna get yeah, maybe I don't know, just something like that. And then as it is going up. Now we need to see what we want here. We don't want too much of this moving up. Actually, maybe I want to have this retracting. Could be achieved by the mesh, but we can. Yeah, we'd like to make it go there a little, but maybe we want to, no, this retraction is bad for, because of the waves. Let's leave like this. So it's just more about this value here. Yeah, we want to keep it very close to the original, something like this. Yeah, it doesn't move up so much. Of course, you have to look at the poses when the okay, let's symmetrize this already. The pose assets, right? Yeah, they are too bold here in this. Yeah, I was afraid of this. So because I have a different reason, I need to ideally have to match. So they are not working, but for example this, it could, oh, I see, this is the lower. Okay, so it's not what I thought. Actually, it's going too much downward. Yeah, they are going too much downward, so we can try to fix this from here. Like this one will be, yeah, top. So this will be simpler, just don't let it go so much downward. Same here, it should be very subtle. All right. Maybe this one, top left, yeah, we can. Alt. Shift Alt, okay. It needs to be negative, actually. But very tiny. Okay, something like this. What about this? Okay, something like that. Now if we check, yeah, this is the eyelash. This is the eyelash, and this one still bad, yeah. But I can remake this I can't keep doing this forever, but there should be something stable here. Now let's fix these ones for the bottom. So I've already adjusted the map from, so I just need to edit the map too. Okay, clearly we want this to go. Okay, as it moves up, we want this to go positive X a little maybe. Okay, then we have, oh, apparently it's moving weirdly as we move. Ah, the bone is inverted, right? No? So why? Ah, max. Okay, of course. Max. All right. Then we want to move it up. When we move it up, we want to have it retract a little. And then we want to oh, maybe this one is different. Okay, so when we move up, we want this to go up. Should have start with the starting, right? So it does slight moving down, that's fine. And here we want more up. Yeah, something like this. A bit too much. Still, it looks too much, so let's try this, right? Now, as for this one, as we move up, we want to the target seems wrong. Tweak, 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 yeah, tweak kids, not even more this. All right, so now it's sort of doing the thing, but apparently it's not enough string where it needs the, yeah, it's bizarre when they don't combine. They are, this cross is not very nice, right? Let's So maybe we need to reduce this a bit. To prevent that kind of shape to occur that spontaneously. It's not very nice. All right, maybe I need more waves also. This can carry more waves on this, so this one needs to have influence almost everywhere. So I have to remake the waves on this favor of certain behaviors. Right, so the central one for me is the most important one. Let's reset the soundtrack. Okay, so this going down seems fine, and up it should go more perhaps. As we go down, this could be pushed forward a little, just like here. Maybe we can reduce this negative value. And here we might want then as for this one, so we don't want it to go okay, let's reduce just a little this and downward. Want it to go, oh yeah, when I see, we want it to go backwards. And maybe keep a little backwards. As for the side, we want to pull it to the as we move up, we want to call it here. No, this was the here. That is too much. Maybe more when it goes down. No, maybe less when it goes down, so it's more the opposite. So we can do like okay, that, and then as for this, yes, it's negative. Y, yes, both negative. Same pattern, yes, less here, less. Okay, so it follows this kind of curvature here, right? Then finally, the amount of yeah, it should move up, but then we have this problem there. It's pulling too much the rest of the mesh, so that even my rest position is a bit compromised. But this maybe I can just solve by this. And possibly other tweaks. They are crossing. I think I've made a mistake when I set this pose, or just no, they are just I misclicked. Okay, so this one, yeah, I see. Top when going down. Maybe this is too much. No. There. Yeah, so this is, I never done this aspect here, but it's doable. I won't say perfectly doable, it's daunting, but it apparently it can work. But it's very, it's like a bit more time consuming than the, like twice more. It's like, it's complicated stuff, right? But what can you do when you have this kind of eyelashes? So what I want to do now is to try to make some adjustments here, maybe. Um, like trying to anticipate some issues. Maybe this mesh is very bad to deform because the way it is, I've set it. So maybe we don't need to have it like this. We can deform it actually. Let's try this. This might already have some huge impact, not necessarily good impact. It seems to, I believe it should improve this part here, these corners. Here, this part of the deforms, maybe could do better for the eyelid. Here I remember where I wanted to add more wave paint here, so let's try that. So I don't need these mechanisms. Yeah, you see, here we're gonna exaggerate the waves because there is nothing, it's nothing important here. Okay, so we're gonna push everything there. Doesn't seem that it is working, so let's just use this one instead. Scrappy adding. course, it's relational, so possibly it's too much waves here instead. Possibly we might have to remove these ones. They're not bendy bones, but you know, the corner doesn't need that much influence. I think until the middle that sounds good. And possibly what's happening is that here we I don't know, it looks like there's some rogue waves. Okay, we can check if there's some rogue waves. Let's see. No. It's very clean, so maybe we just need to reduce this even more. Or perhaps the opposite. No. Okay, maybe reducing then. That's it. Okay, let's accept this and look for the this one. There's not too much things that I think are incoherent, but we can certainly remove these waves. Maybe this is causing some trouble. Yeah, possibly. And here we're just gonna maximize waves here, then we're gonna go for the overall smoothing. There you go. Here we're gonna reinforce all this. And as we approach these corners, we're gonna so what we want here with this confused mesh, we want more waves on this one. Here we're gonna smooth. Here we're gonna smooth more. Here same, and then here we're gonna reduce this a lot. There we go. Yeah, we need some other topology here to help. Oh no, wait, there is this vertex. Yeah, this vertex displacing a little too badly, so it might be something that we can adjust with this here. Like, we don't want this influence here to start with. Yeah, so we want more influence here, but not that much. And here we don't want too much influence. And here I'm not sure. Yeah, no, not here, not so much. So this, we're having a problem here. I have a bone which can move in sync all of them right now. Yeah, so I say that it's, oops, not the wrong bone. Yeah, we can get some cool eyes expression, but it's a bit challenging on certain aspects of the character design here. Yeah, I don't like how this ended up being. So maybe this is just a question of reposition these bones now. No, it's not just a question of... It helps a little, but it's not... Here we are again getting this problem. The eyelashes are pushed too much, so maybe it's something about... No, this is only when the eyelashes are too close this happens. Okay, so it's not this, it's not... Yeah, so it's just that maybe I have to reduce even more this the base mesh, although that is not very intuitive, right? The base mesh, the shaped, the morphed mesh. By doing this, I'm certifying that it's not too exaggerated. I hope I'm doing... Yeah, I'm doing on the... This triangle, maybe... Yeah, possibly here I should do something else, like a different... Yeah, I think I had a different topology here. Like... like No, that didn't seem to. Yeah, let's ignore this. This gives too much pain to process later on. Ah, I can't unmake. Crap. So let's just redo. No, I can't redo. Okay. Yeah, so I had a different topology, but I don't remember what it was. It didn't have, it behaved better in the during the deforms. But the reason maybe now that I have a more difficulty in this point is that the mesh is here. So it's all deforming from the same positioning. So maybe I need an extra helper bone just for that corner part so that I can manipulate. So this is worse, but yeah, I think that will be the case. Let's check how this works in terms of. Now the waves, they are. Yeah, with more vertices, we have different ways to manipulate the mesh. So this could be advantageous. If I find a way, of course. Creepy. Something seems very messed up about this mesh right now. It stretches a lot. Yeah, it stretches in the wrong. Yeah, maybe it's a little better now, but do you see there's a focus there? And means that maybe I should do something else here. Done. Maybe I should bring this closer here. Let's see. It says usually it's dangerous. Yeah, maybe it helps. Yeah, it seems to. Yeah, those faces don't seem so small now. But we'll have to reassess this eventually. Otherwise, for the most part, it's considering. Yeah, so there are more second tasks to do here at least. But I feel like it's now very close to a. It's already usable for expressions. Maybe for poses it works very well, but for 3D animation it might still. In the interpolation there might be some bad stuff. You might have to cut some frames. But otherwise we're getting we are getting enough cool expressions. And possibly here we might have trouble with the. So if you have this, it might be good to be able to manipulate this from, like maybe it's a good idea because the automation is dumb. Like it's like it just does very mechanical stuff. And actually posing the eyelash like this, maybe it's a better idea actually. I've been seeing even that for helper rigs. So maybe we need to have these bones as a. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Okay, we're gonna create. Okay, new idea, new concept. Because we want quality, right, at some point. So it's clear that we can't control the eyelash properly just with the controllers. Although we can have a very good result, it will not sustain for all sorts of situations. So we need some bones for the control bones for the eyelash. So currently there are no okay, so what we need to do for that will be a bit tricky, but we're gonna get all this. We're gonna duplicate all this. Yes, yes. Okay, we're gonna duplicate these bones. Gonna make them bigger. We're gonna change their to stick for now. We're gonna change their, we're gonna give them the orange, or maybe, orange is fine. Then we're gonna, they have the same parent, right? And they have all the same bone constraints. So we're gonna change them. Instead of depth1, we're gonna call them tweak tip. Yeah, just another name, tip, for eyelash and strip characters. There we go. Then we're gonna move these bones to entirely to control face, all face controllers, then shift M to all face upper, and maybe tweak face, whatever. Yeah. Ah, they need to be selected, all right. there. And so now what we need to do is just, well, let's check the I hope I had symmetrized everything already. Okay, then anyways, we gonna check if they have the bone constraints. Indeed they have, so we're gonna pick all these there's also the possibility of doing this rig with bendy bones. There's a tutorial or some that attempts this, but it doesn't go in detail. So, but it's a good idea. No, it's not necessarily a good idea. It works without the requirement of bendy bones. But it's true that for this kind of manipulation, maybe one tweaker here, another tweaker, yeah, one bendy bone spline for the whole thing, yeah, maybe two bendy bone splines, maybe a mechanic, yeah, so it's just the waves on here, so it's, yeah, it could work. Maybe it's a better idea. It will still require some sort of automation, and that could be a bit tricky, but not much different than this. Interesting proposition for posing, right? Better than... Alright, then we gonna select all this bone, Control C, we're gonna remove all their automations. And now it seems, oh, I've lost everything, but no, except that the automation now follows the other. So we just need to what you're gonna do is that you're gonna reparent so the deform to the keep offset. The deform to its respective tip or tweaker. Okay, so in the symmetrization, this should be correct. Let's look for the base controllers. Aha! Okay, so now that means that it's more spontaneous. Yeah, like if I want to fix something, I can still manipulate this thing in various ways that can lead to an adequate solution here and there, right? It's not ideal for keyframing, but if we reset, it gets a proper reset, right? So maybe another idea, oh no, I'm thinking about things. The idea is simplify. Maybe you can have the shape developed more by tweaking than, you see, the problem is when it gets too large by posing, right? Like here. So maybe we reduce, one idea would be reducing the expressiveness, the size of the motion, right? A lot. And so when the animator wants a bit more, he or she can pose the eyelashes deep bones in like to augment, not so much to reduce, right, but more to, also you can scale. And so by default the eyelash wouldn't be that big, right? Anyways, I can say that this is achieved now. We got this, but we need a second pass, right? So, and this will be like a bonus thing, right? So then there is icons shader. This this is a control rig for that. Yeah, very important. Okay, but for now, for me, I think this is already. Something was messed up about. Wow. What the hell is this crap? Yeah, this is scary. What happened to this? And there are a lot of bones here. Apparently some joints here got. I see. Yeah. Okay, so maybe the best way to solve this will be to catch this length. This one as well. Okay, that seems to have fixed the problem. We're gonna check if the rig still works. I don't know why I'm having these widgets. They always change, like it's crazy. Whenever I open the file, sometimes it brings with one shape, sometimes with another shape. So I'm tired of this. It's not like it sounds totally random. So I'm gonna just change this widget here. So this seems to be broken. It's looks like it doesn't exist. No, it is there, okay. And when we access it, yeah, it is this arrow. So why it gets that ugly shape like this? Ah, it has a subdivision. Okay, so it was... Why it has this subdivision after all? I don't know. I'm gonna just delete. So that was the... So it's because of the simplify, of course. Sometimes I had it on and off. It's just the... I didn't... Now it's good. The clothing deserves some re-wave painting, right? That means just transferring the waves, but there are too many things to transfer, so we just that will be another. There's a non-intended behavior there. I need to revise this. When we employ this effect, then the hand starts... Of course, this is normal because, yeah, the behavior of the hand is to follow the forearm, and the same here if we have this. Okay, enough playing here, so it's time to go, fellas. So this was one of the adjustments. The rest will be bonus. There seems to be some shading artifact. Yeah, well, so indeed this thing is in requires some adjustments still, but let's say that I did a good revision and made some fixes. And now I know what could be done better, right? Yeah, I have some ideas, but I have to give more thought to that. I need to check some tutorials. There are a few of them good enough that can solve this in shader editor. This is a quest for me to. I never did that kind of rig probably, so but it's very important. Let's see how it works on this iris pupil system. And then there is let's see, yes, this can be done, or I can do offline. Then assess wave paints, yeah, improving. Let's check the lower face indeed next time and make these puff cheeks. Then we can probably solve all this. If I can solve all this, then just test some expressions. That will be nice. And then we finally go for the body and then the clothing and all that. Thanks for watching, folks. See you another day. Good weekend. Week.